Now, the hospital massacre has triggered protests in the occupied West Bank, with hundreds of Palestinians rallying in Ramallah. Demonstrators again turned out to show solidarity with the people of Gaza. This comes after people took to the streets on Tuesday night and were confronted with Palestinian security forces. Hoda Abdel-Hamid joins us live from Ramallah. So take us through, first of all, the state of the streets right now, a sense of anger.
Definitely a sense of anger, and that voice being louder and louder every day. As we speak now, Osama might turn the camera and show you, there's a protest here on Manara Square, which is the center of Ramallah. It's been going on for a few hours now, but by and large it's been peaceful. There are Palestinian security forces in the surroundings, but they are keeping away, and there's no interference between them and the protesters, which is a completely different scene from what we have seen last night, when there was a lot of chaos on the square, with sound grenades and tear gas being fired, also exchange of gunfire between the Palestinian security forces and gunmen. We don't know who they were, but certainly that happened. Well, today's a completely different scene. We did hear reports about protests also in other towns around the occupied West Bank. We know that there was some tension between the Palestinian security forces and protesters in Nablus, but we haven't heard about any sort of that evolving into something bigger at this stage. Certainly the message coming out of here is in support of Gaza.
Hoda,
but also
if I could jump in, because we understand there have also been calls for Mahmoud Abbas to step down. How much of a difficult position does it put the head of the PA in?
Well, there have been a few chants last night and today, sprinkled in the middle of other slogans that they have been chanting. Mahmoud Abbas is in a very difficult position. He's been in a difficult position already before this crisis. You know, the majority of the population here in the occupied West Bank is very young, and they feel that somehow Mahmoud Abbas is a bit out of touch, or they're infuriated that he keeps on wanting to pursue a peace process, these Oslo Accords that they don't know about. They were actually born after that was signed, and they haven't seen any fruits of peace. Since the beginning of this crisis, he had been by and large silenced. He hadn't shown himself until last night. He was in Jordan when the news about that attack on the hospital there in Gaza started spreading, and the protesters came to the square. And it's at this stage that he decided to pull out and return immediately here. And that's when the first time he addressed the Palestinian people. I think he had no other move really at that stage, and no other choice but to come back here and to be among the Palestinians.
All right, Hoda Abdel-Hamid there. Thanks so much.